Bring in Fox NFL analyst Bucky Brooks, but Acho, coming to you first. Did Jalen Hurts first of all, let me have my composure. Okay, did Jalen Hurts officially take Carson Wentz's job? Please, Acho, let's hear this.
He absolutely did not. And I got to apologize. I feel like Kevin Durant this morning, not because we both went to Texas, but because I was emotionally tweeting yesterday.
Oh,
I'm going to tell
that's
myself. I was emotionally tweeting. Emmanuel Acho, took to Twitter and put this out there. I said Jalen Hurts has 4 touchdowns, no picks over his first 6 quarters as a starter. I love Carson as much or more than anyone on this app on Twitter. But it's hard to believe he'll ever get his job back. I was tweeting out of emotion, and it's never good when you tweet out of emotion. So I'm going to trash that. Think before you press send. Think before you press send.
You are a character, I say.
Jalen Hurts, he didn't officially take Carson Wentz's job. Because now that I've thought about it, I thought about this. You don't fall in love quicker than it took you to fall out of love.
Woo,
Marcellus, that was a word for you.
That was an Achoism.
Mr. Four Engagements. Shout out to my producer.
Hey, chill.
You don't fall in love quicker than it took you to fall out of love. Eagles fans, can we pump the brakes real quick? I'm going to provide you some ammo, but let's just tap on the brakes like you driving in the snow. You know how to drive in the snow in Philly. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they fell in love real quick with Minshew magic. His first 5 starts, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. But who's currently looking for a quarterback? Oh, how about the Denver Broncos? They fell in love real quick with Drew Lock. You remember Drew Lock?
Drew down.
Last 5 games of the season last year, Drew Lock comes in for 5 games. You know this Bucky Brooks, NFL analyst. He comes in there, he's swagging, he dancing. The Broncos go 4-1. Drew Lock, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Broncos aren't too satisfied with their quarterback situation. What I'm going to tell y'all is this.
What you going to tell us?
You can't fall in love quicker than you fell out of it. And I was emotionally tweeting. I was caught up in the storm. It was Sunday. I was on my couch. I was all lonely. I was like, Jalen Hurts is going to be the starter, send. And then I woke up this morning and said, Acho, wake up. I had to slap myself in the face. It's not abuse if you slap yourself. I had to slap myself in the face and say, Acho, get it together. Jalen Hurts ain't taking this job right here, right now. Not just yet. Jalen Hurts has been playing great. Been playing great for 8 quarters, but I'm not going to let 8 quarters of good football make me magically forget about Carson Wentz's 3 years. It's not what I'm going to do.
Wow. Let me just answer the question before I get into his take and counter it and everything like that. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a vibe in Philly, and yeah, it's a wrap. Jalen Hurts is now your quarterback of the present and of the future. Damn shame, too, because everyone who knows me, forget the takes. If you just know me, I root for all players. But I also root for myself, and then self-preservation will always give you the real. Whether that criticism to you is warranted or not is how I see this situation. I see this situation as it's over. Jalen Hurts is the future. Why? Because I don't think Drew Lock or Minshew Mania, any of those guys were the first player in NFL history to have over 500 yards passing and over 150 yards rushing in their first 2 performances. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It's one thing to debate over did he lose his job or not, but you're saying that the debate is over the guy who is setting NFL records? Yeah, that might be a guy that you lose your job to. Damn shame, too, because not only did you lose your ring to Nick Foles, now you lost his job to Jalen Hurts. What is going on with Carson Wentz? What did he do in his former life to deserve such a fate? But this is your $128 million man, and we all know financial issues come into play in this conversation. That's why every week after another glowing game from Jalen Hurts, Doug Peterson has to go to the microphone, go to the podium, and lie to America. I need time to think about this one. I need to go home. No, you don't. You know the answer right there in the present. That said, this is a situation that was written not by Jalen Hurts, but by Carson Wentz. His poor performances were so bad that it opened up an opportunity to even draft a Jalen Hurts. More so, give him the opportunity to play. So, Carson Wentz, you have no one to blame but yourself in this situation. But the conversation of, is it your job or is it Jalen Hurts? Oh, you know what it is. It's Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles.
You know, this is interesting, Acho, because I knew you were going to come with a bunch of gas. And so I decided I was going to take a little time. And since you are such a Philly fanatic, I'm going to do this in terms that you can explain it. This reminds me a lot of Rocky 3. See, because in Rocky 3, we know how Rocky Balboa had been the champion, and he was comfortable. He got satisfied, got money, started kind of slacking off, didn't do what he needed to do. Meanwhile, on the South Side, there was someone that was grinding, that was working every day, that wanted that opportunity. And when they gave him the shot, you know what he did? He knocked him out. And so when I'm looking at Jalen Hurts, and I'm looking at the opportunity that he's had to get, he has jumped in and he's knocked Carson Wentz out. He's knocked him out with his performance. So the first week he got an opportunity. It was, hey, let me show him how nice I am with my legs. So I run for over 100 yards as we score points and we get a dub. Oh, this time against the Arizona Cardinals, they're going to take that away. So I can't really hit him the way I normally hit him. So let me throw for 300, something that we haven't seen your boy do in a minute. And I'm looking at this offense because it's not about individual stats. It's really about how the offense flows. I noticed that the 4 games before Jalen Hurts became the starter, 17 points or fewer in each of those games. Since then, they've scored over 20 points. They've been very competitive. And then when you just use the eyeball test, when I look at this team and I look at the teammates, when Jalen Hurts is on the field, there's a sense of confidence and calm. And so I know Carson Wentz wants to get his job back, but I just don't know how he gets it, because based on what he put on tape, it is hard to say that Carson Wentz, you're a better player than Jalen Hurts.
I like your take, Phil. I like your take. Fellas, though, you know when you make a good meal and you taste it and you're like, ooh, this meal tastes good. You know you did well for yourself. That's how I'm about to do, because this take I'm about to give y'all, when I came up with it, I was like, ooh, this take tastes good. I'm putting it to you like this. Jalen Hurts is better for this Eagles team. There we go. Jalen Hurts is better for this Eagles team.
Right.
Jalen Hurts is not necessarily better for the Eagles team. What do I mean? This Eagles team, 13 different starting offensive lines in 14 weeks. NFL record through 14 weeks. This Eagles team, without first-round left tackle Andre Dillard, without all-pro guard Brandon Brooks, without all-pro right tackle Lane Johnson, this Eagles team needs a quarterback to be the playmaker. Job of a quarterback, get your ball into the hands of your playmakers. This Eagles team doesn't have time to let the quarterback do that, nor have the playmakers made plays all season. So this Eagles team desperately needs Jalen Hurts, and that is why Jalen Hurts has shined. But the Eagles team, if we're talking about the roster going forward, in the event their first-round pick Andre Dillard returns healthy, Lane Johnson, former first-round right tackle, returns healthy, all-pro right guard returns healthy, still have your all-pro center returning healthy. In the event that Eagles team is who we expect them to be, then I am not going to jump ship so quickly on what Carson Wentz can do. I'm also going to give it to you like this, because it's facts over feelings. Quarterback with the largest dead cap hit this season. You have Nick Foles, Jacksonville Jaguars. You have Joe Flacco with the Broncos. You have Tom Brady with the Patriots. Quarterbacks with the largest dead cap hit this season. How are the Patriots doing this season? That's not good. How are the Broncos doing this season? That's not good. How are the Jaguars doing this season? That's not good. Y'all heard Bill Belichick tell y'all what you want me to do. My hands are tied. Our cap is tied up. If you're the Eagles and you let Carson Wentz go, and this isn't a trade, you just you somehow let him go, you're going to end up with the similar fate as the Patriots, the Jaguars, and the Broncos, because that dead cap is not something to be played with.
Oh, my God. All right. You taking me all over the place, and I love it because I'm ready to run. I need to lose a couple pounds. Let's go. First, you're tweeting out of emotions. Your hormones are out of control. It's that time of day or time of month. I don't know what the hell. Okay, whatever. Then you try to make me go into this whole mental vacuum of this Eagles team versus the Eagles team or that Eagles team. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. All I know is Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. And if you were to put Jalen Hurts on the other Eagles teams that Carson Wentz was a part of, including 2017, I'm not so sure Jalen Hurts wouldn't do as well, if not better, in those situations. So let's talk about what's happening right now. Offense that is looking better with Jalen Hurts than it is with Carson Wentz. Even you can admit that, Acho, with your hormones out of control. You can still see the logic in that, obviously. 12 games Carson Wentz had this year to go out there and score more points than Jalen Hurts did yesterday, and he only did it twice. Out of 12 times, only twice, and that was early part of the year. So now you're looking at a situation where it's just simple. Jalen Hurts is looking like, I'm better than you. But forget performance, because a lot of times we get caught up in just what we see on the field because we're not privy of seeing everything and how he's a citizen, how he's a part of this team as a person before a player. Let's talk about leadership, because you can see some of this in response from his teammates and how they all clamor around him during the game, and especially during positive moments of the game. But Carson Wentz has always had character assassinations or at least questions about his leadership as a part of this Eagles franchise. Not with Jalen Hurts. Not a conversation in the world about him in terms of what kind of acumen he has and what kind of leadership ability he has. So now when you add it all up, you're playing better than this guy, you're a better leader for our team, and you're cheaper. Acho just went up here and kind of cooked the books or cooked the calendar or cooked the words. I don't know what he did, but I'm going to read to you this again. A lot of times my problem with me in the media, I got a problem with myself in the media. I'm so far ahead. I say stuff so early that when it really happens, people don't even know I said it, don't give me the credit. And then they be like, oh, man, Wiley ain't talking about nothing because it's not in reality just yet. But this is the reality now. I told you what Jason Fitzgerald of Over the Cap said about this Eagles trade of Carson Wentz potentially. Do it after June 1st next year. He count $19 million on the cap for Philly, then $24 million in dead cap in 2022. Why is that doable? Because now you have a second-round quarterback that could be your franchise quarterback. As a second rounder, you know how cheap that is? So then you blend those tabs together, Acho. And when you blend those tabs together, it's not astronomical. It's doable. And that's how I see this playing out. Jalen Hurts, you win these next two games, or at least play as well as you did yesterday in a losing performance. They're going into the offseason looking to trade Carson Wentz by that deadline right there. That's how it's going to play.
Marcellus, you make a great point because you bring up the cap implications, and the cap implications shouldn't be looked at just as Carson Wentz, but you got to look at both of those guys combined. And so when you combine the $19 million in dead cap space that would exist, plus the minimum money that Jalen Hurts is making, look, you come out of it okay. I think it goes beyond the money, because I think when you're the coach, you have to think differently than the front office. When you stand in front of your team, how can you confidently say, Carson Wentz gives us the best chance to win, when the guys have been on the field and they've seen how the team responds to Jalen Hurts? And also, just know, there's some old heads that have been in the locker room who also saw the team somehow coincidentally respond better when Nick Foles were there. At some point, you have to look around and wonder, why does the team respond better to the QB2s as opposed to the franchise quarterback? What is it that's missing? And I can sit here and say, Carson Wentz is talented. He is worthy of being a franchise quarterback somewhere. But in Philadelphia, based on how he's played, there is no way that you can stand in front of that room, in front of that team, and say that Carson Wentz gives you the best chance to win. And since he's been such a baby about it over the weekend, I would say, hey, let's make it a competition. But apparently for him, he is so fragile that you can't bring anybody in to compete with him because he gets all distracted. So now he has to find his way out of the building. And I think for a city of Philly that embraces toughness, when you look at the boxes that have come out of Philly and how hardened you have to be to have your quarterback not wanting to compete against a guy who is just a second rounder, and you're making $140 million, that's an indictment of him, not on Jalen Hurts and how he plays.
Let's stay here with this 3-box. I want to talk to my fellas. Bucky Brooks, you a married man, sir?
Yes.
Marcellus, Wiley, we know you're a married man. Let me just lend you all some advice. The Instagram apps that you all may have on your phone, delete them, because you all fall for the one-pick trick. See, what that is your homeboy shows you one picture of a lady, and you're like, oh, my God. I've never seen nothing like her before in my life.
I was single.
You all fall for the one-pick trick because y'all don't look at a whole body of work. Y'all don't click on the profile page, get to scrolling, and say, you know what? She might have some flaws, too. You know what? She might not be the mother that my wife. You know what? She ain't got nothing on my old lady. See, y'all need to delete your Instagram apps because y'all gentlemen will fall for the one-pick trick that y'all are falling for right now. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts can't take Carson Wentz's job. I'm just saying he has not yet. I'm not saying once you get to know him a little bit better, you cannot fall in love. I'm just saying, fellas, it's been 8 quarters. 8 quarters. It's been 8 quarters, Bucky Brooks. Marcellus, it's been 8 quarters. Like, it ain't not 8 games. Not 8 games. 8 quarters, and here you all are. Oh, I'm just so infatuated. Can you click on his whole profile page? Can you scroll a little bit? Can you see how he looks without makeup on? Can you see how he looks without the weave in? Can you see how he looks when the nails ain't done? Can you see how Jalen Hurts really looks over a period of time before professing your love after 8 quarters?
Man, that was probably your deepest take ever. You broke it down right there. I mean, you ain't lying. I learned a lot of things, too. I learned, one, that Acho's a stalker because he you send one pic, he's diving into your profile page.
All into the background.
First of all, I'm already thinking it's all fake. So I don't care how fine or how ugly you look. I look ugly on my page. Look at me now. So the point is, I ain't reading into your page how you look. Give a damn about that. Hey, kids, put your mama on the phone. Yeah. Hey, honey, I'm never coming home again. Y'all remember that from Harlem Nights? Sunshine. Sunshine time. We not doing that, Acho. You try to put us out there looking bad. This is a better example of a group that had a lead singer named Carson Wentz. And he kept putting out songs and putting out albums, and they just couldn't break through. I mean, they had some moments here and they couldn't break through. Not a top 10 single, anything. And then finally, the backup singer just got his chance. Not once, but twice. 2 different backup singers got their chance. And #1 hits. Both times, you're like, we're looking at the lead singer now like, hey, bro, I don't know how we gonna reconfigure this. Y'all can compete, have a sing-off. I don't give a damn. But we have to change who's the lead for this team because of how everyone responds to who we are. It's a simple situation for me when I look at it. The first Eagles quarterback in 7 years, since Nick Foles, the last QB2, to take something from Carson Wentz, to have 3 touchdowns and run for 1 in a game. It's been 7 years. Carson Wentz, you had your chance. This guy is out there in 2 games setting NFL history and franchise records. It's a wrap.